Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Splatoon 2 Octo expansion. Last time we made our way further down the J line here, and now we're ready to go ahead and tackle our next mission. Here we go, Inka Zinga, Girl Power Station. Wait a minute, Girl Power? But I'm a boy. Let's fix that real quick. That's a little better. Now we can go to Inka Zinga, the Girl Power Station. So here we have a choice of 3 different subs to use: the Splat Bomb, Burst Bomb, and Curling Bomb. No main weapon here, but we can go ahead and at least start things off with the recommended Splat Bomb. Please defend the orb. If the orb is destroyed, you will fail. Shooting the orb will help you recover some more health, so keep that in mind. I recommend taking the enemies down one by one before they pile up too much. Take care out there. Let's go ahead and begin the test. Ahoy! Looks like the bad guys are ready and waiting for you. What is all this? I thought we only used subs here. What is all these? What are those? Well, simply put, you don't just have an option of the subs to use. You have a choice of one of 9 different main weapons here. Choose the main weapon that you trust yourself with the most. So, you can choose whatever weapon here you want. This is a very non-linear mission, but unfortunately for my sake, I'm playing through Octo expansion with every single weapon used. So we gotta use them all at some point. Might as well at least start from bottom and work our way up the list. So, start off with the first weapon here, the blaster. Go ahead, jump into our launch portal and get things started. We have a minute and a half on the clock. Yeah, take them all down. Protecting the orb is priority 1. We have a minute and a half on the clock here, so we gotta survive this whole time. Otherwise, that's mission failed. So here, we have to destroy all of the Octolings coming towards us. So we can actually activate these Octolings early if we just shoot them on their resting platform. Otherwise, they will come down in a set time. So here, I want to just go ahead and take care of you. If I don't die in the process, you know what? We just use my ability at this point. Next one's coming out around 55 seconds here, so I got a little time to get me an extra armor, which is very helpful because I was in a pinch state, so getting more health is advisable. Speed of armor, let me get this special over here. So, as we're making our way through all this, you're noticing that this is a very non-linear fashion of powers that we have here as well. So, you can come in here with whatever weapons you want and pick whatever specials you want as well. You are not limited to whatever the game says you gotta use here, making this one of the most open-ended missions in the whole game. But to make up for it, this is considered one of the hardest, if not the hardest level in Octo expansion. This is a very infamous station to a lot of people. Girl Power Station is definitely not a well-liked station. It's a cool idea, but I think a lot of people were turned off by its raw difficulty. I don't mind it nearly as much on that difficulty factor, but I can admit, yeah, they kind of went a little overboard here. It's just more or less because of the weight of the enemies. They're very strong with the weapons. A decent amount of hits, just like so, will take you down into your pinch state, so that makes things a little bit harder on you as well. And also, the fact is that while you do have some armor here, you can burn through it very fast, so there's not many health opportunities in this stage, and then you gotta worry about this orb's health, which you can just drain in a matter of seconds. I am not kidding when I say that. This thing's health is just so pathetic. So we gotta be very mindful of the enemies around us. We gotta be mindful of the health of the orb. We gotta be mindful of our health. It's a lot. Damage is stacking up, you don't say. And in fact, I blinked. What just happened? Oh yeah, there's no more health. So that's already a big problem. We haven't even got past a certain point in the timer yet, and we are still learning the enemy movements here. It's a lot to take in, so here's hoping attempt number 3. At least the one saving grace on this mission is besides the variety of different things here that you can go ahead and use, you also have a lot of lives. 5 lives is really helpful because you're going to burn through those lives so fast in this mission. I am not kidding. So, yeah, there goes another life. I'm not a fan of using the blaster here. I'm really not. The blaster is one of my least favorite weapons in Splatoon 2 as a whole, as a main weapon in general, no matter what mode you're talking about. Multiplayer mode, single player modes, this thing is kind of hard to use in so many areas in my opinion. And this kind of mission, yeah, this is not helping. Hence why coming in here with a recommended Splat Bomb kind of helps things a little bit. I would maybe recommend using one of the other bomb types here to make up for the slow firing range of the said weapon, preferably Burst Bomb. In a lot of regards, just because of how much better burst bombs can be when it comes to ink coverage really fast, and they don't really take that much ink to use. While a Splat Bomb takes a little bit of time to explode, and it can use a lot of ink in the process. So, yeah, maybe use bursts if you're going to use the range blaster here. I'm mainly using it as we are just starting the mission. We usually just use whatever's recommended as your first weapon. I'm just going to have to use the special at this point. I'm getting out of here. Now we're into a new wave here as we hit the 45 mark. I do need to get me another special because having a special on standby at all times here is kind of required because of just all the chaos happening here. You're going to need weapons. This is a lot. I'm not even hitting a single target. I mean, at least I'm keeping everyone busy. Yeah, that's game over. We only have one more life, and then that's it. Wow. This is pathetic. This is actually pathetic. I told you, I hate this sneaking weapon. The blaster's shot range is so slow. So at this point, we're going to have to change things up and get different specials. So I'm going to get me the baller this time, as that might help me at least move a little bit faster while making a shield. So maybe I can use my body as a shield for the stinking main orb here. We're going to need to pull out all the stops. Do it around here just to trigger one of the enemies right away. Stick a umbrella out of here, thank you. Now we're going to have the Dooley girl jump down, so try to get her. Fortunately, we took some damage in the process. That's not great. At this point, I'm just kind of panic specialing just because that didn't look like it was going to be a good idea not to, but at least that's taken care of. Give me an armor. At this point, let me get the splash down. I'm going to come over here and get ready for this enemy first because this Octoling has an ink armor. If they activate it, then it's going to be much harder to kill all these enemies. So taking care of her, probably the best idea. Flat bomb on that Octo. Where is this one? All right, just in time, she was going to use her special. Got Tent Umbrella over here. At this point, I'm just going to jump up and splash down because that one is a little bit harder to deal with than a lot of the other enemies. Gonna throw a bomb over there, hopefully hit the Octoling in the process. Looks like I missed. But at this point, if I can defend this thing long enough, get rid of the Stingray. Oh, you gotta be kidding, 11 seconds! She was the last one. If we killed her, we would have won. Just get me out of here, please. Oh my gosh, can you please stop? Can you just please stop? Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Ink armor. Ink jet. Something. Just stop. Yay. Rid of you. You're the Stingray. Don't like that. Just ink jet. Oh my god! Oh, no, 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 no. I have no ink. I have no ink. I can't freaking move. That feel when you have no ink and you lose literally 70% of your health in a second. God, this weapon's bad. Dude, just shoot her! What is this thinking? Aim! And also, why do I recover ink in the slowest capacity? You know, that attempt was a wash when I missed literally 3 point-blank shots in a row and then all the enemies were on top of me at once. That might as well just be hit the reset button, because he ain't making it. Shoot the bubbles! Oh no, this bad bubble. Oh, good. I'm so bad that I have to hack my way out of here. Oh, goody. Much as I want to hack right now, I just need to get this done legit, even against my better judgment. Oh my god, get away, get away, get away, get away, get away! Oh my, this is literally gonna be a war of attrition! You've gotta be kidding me! I literally needed to survive one more second. Ah! So, yes, you can imagine at this point, I've pretty much lost all sanity. This one weapon alone, and it's only our first weapon here, mind you. This is taking me so many attempts. I don't even want to mention how many attempts at this point. I've honestly lost track. I've been here way longer than I need to be. So let's finish up this mission with the blaster. So, the key to this mission, if you're playing with the blaster, is know your spacing here with the weapon. You don't want to get too close to enemies because you do work a little bit better with the blaster type if you're not point-blank range, but you do need to be close enough to make contact with that blaster shot. Ideally, you're going to want to be able to hit the Octolings with the full power of the blasters to get a direct hit. Otherwise, you're going to need to hit them close enough for the scatter shot to kill in about 2 hits. So, patience here is one real big thing, but the blaster uses so much ink, so anytime that you have to take just to get your ink back, take advantage of it, because you're gonna need it. Use those specials to your advantage too, not just to attack or even defend yourself, but also to refill your ink when you're getting low too, because this blaster, again, takes up a lot of ink, and you have to remember, any of the specials you use will instantly fill your tank back to full. So, take full advantage of that. We'll go ahead here, use our splashdown just to attack the one getting close to us, take care of the Octoling with the Stingray, get ourselves an inkjet here so we can defeat the rest of the enemies while keeping a distance, and that should do it. Finally! We got them all! We passed the test! Oh, I hate the blaster so much! I have been recording this one mission with one weapon for 15 minutes. I am not exaggerating. Oh, and I gotta do it again with 8 more. All right, let's go back. Against my better judgment, we're back at Girl Power Station, but now let's change things up and swap to the burst bomb here instead. This bomb detonates a lot faster at the cost of its damage being a lot weaker than any other bomb. So, with that, let's pair it with a splat roller. So, splat rollers take a little bit of extra time to get their flings out, so we can use this to our advantage with the burst bombs if we just need to ink up a path real fast. So, keeping this in mind. So at this point, we're going to want to go ahead and just try our best here to at least one-shot one of these Octolings with the flings. Can't do that, you might be able to roll over Octolings, but it's not as recommended. I'm going to get this roller to come towards me, miss my shot horribly, somehow hit the umbrella. That's not what I was expecting. I'm going to just whack you in the head. At this point, I'll take this time to get myself the second set of armor since armor can stack here. So I'm going to grab it, take care of the Octo Brush, and wow, we have already cleared out that said wave of enemies. Now we're just waiting for the new set to come. That is way better than what we were doing with the blaster. Here you. At this point, now we got to take care of enemies around the corner, so here you. And that looks like the slosher's on the way over. I'm just going to ink up a path around our area just so it makes it harder for them to move in and easier for us to do so. Roll over you because, haha, funny meme, roll over you rolling. I don't see anyone else here. So that's the final set jumping in. Go ahead, just take care of this one. And then we only have one more left over here. Might as well just finish you off with a splashdown. And there you go. Oh, speaking of splashdowns, there was one more. I missed you. I cannot believe it. Holy crap, I'm out of here. Screw this. I'm leaving. Ow. How did it take me so long to do that with the stinking blaster, and it literally took me one try with the dang roller? Wow, that's a 9-day difference. Back again, let's go ahead and use the last bomb type here, the curling bomb. Great form of movement, and it is a pretty powerful bomb to still be able to kill enemies in one shot, but it's much harder to aim with in comparison to others for it traveling a straight path. So let's pair it with the Octo brush here, as Octo brush can move fast, but sometimes having the curling bomb just to make a quick getaway is a pretty helpful thing for the said weapon. So let's just go ahead, first things first, cook one of these curling bombs. So hold down that button just to let it charge more and take out the first enemy. Trigger you a little bit early, waiting for your friend to jump down. That takes care of that set. Get these two to trigger down now and run around. Okay, that's that. Now the roller's on their way over. Or not the roller, the splat dualies. I don't know why I called you a roller. You're not even close. So with that, now I'm just waiting for the Octo brush on their side to drop down. And with that, let's just go ahead and take care of you. And that's that. Now we just wait for a new wave, so I might as well just ink the area around me. And at this point, I kind of need to mention something about all the different specials here. I'm not going to bother with all of the specials because, honestly, that's not really the goal of this series. I would like to show how to complete these missions with a bunch of different weapons. So whatever the game lets me use, I'm going to use. But there's so many different specials, so many different combinations here that you can kind of just use whatever you want in the said mission. And it's really just up to you what you feel the most comfortable using. So we're going to just kind of use whatever. If I end up using almost all, if not all, the specials by the end, then sure. But there are certain specials here that are just not really good for certain pairings of weapons, or even just flat out not good for the said mission type. So it's just a mileage may vary. Try everything here and see what works for you. For me, the big things that really work are Splashdown, Ink Armor, Inkjet, and maybe some of the bomb rushes, specifically the Splat Bomb Rush. A lot of the others, like the Bubbler, yeah, take it or leave it. So this is the first time we're actually coming back into a station with all of the weapons that they have for a loadout in the beginning used. So at this point, it doesn't matter what we use. So I'll just pick whatever bomb I feel most comfortable with each pairing of weapon. So in this case, our next weapon choice is the Splat Charger. Since this thing is so slow to shoot in a lot of areas, it makes a lot of sense to have a super fast bomb like the Burst Bomb to use in a situation like this. So that's what I'm picking to use. Here I'm going to grab me the Ink Armor, because when we're low on ink, we can actually just use his armor to get a full refill. Remember, with any of the specials in the game, you can use a special just to refill your ink, and then immediately start attacking things. So even if you don't think you need the special, grab it anyways, because you might need to use that just to get a refill on your tank. Take care of you. Aim for the roller here. And at this point, I have to use my special. So let's just go ahead and do that. Make our way over to the center, because we got the dualies on the way in. And I missed that shot. That's not that great. So at this point, this is going to become a little more of an uphill battle. Come on, stay still. Stay still. Where are you going? This is a game of tag at this point. I'm surprised that missed. That you're right on my crosshairs and everything. And I'm going to call this one a loss. Yeah, that's not surprising. Oh my, dude, what in the world kind of damage was that? She literally took all the health in like 5 seconds. Not 5, like 5 shots. It was like a second. Oh, jeez, I'm screwed.
12 seconds later.
Nope, yep, all right. That's not even close. Dude, this is just die. Oh my god, I blinked. Where'd my health go? Oh my god, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Just stop it. Just stop it. I am dead. I am 100% screwed and dead. This is literally the only thing keeping me alive, and even that's life support at this point. Pull the plug. Okay, to be fair here, at least my orb survived. Didn't mean I did though, so let's try not to die anymore. That'd be preferred. This is the worst. This is the worst. This is the worst thing in the world. You're still alive? How the... Oh my god, my hand twitched. What? She literally stood still. She was a distraction. Oh my god, what is this? The jukes. Oh my god. I cannot hit a barn. I cannot hit a stationary thing. Oh god, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. This is awful. This is the worst. Oh my god. Dude, just get up the ball. What is happening? Oh, frickin' charger. Oh, that was a wasted attempt anyways. I couldn't even hit any of them. You know what they say, you waste an attempt, and then you get the next one, right? Right? Well, I can hope. So, let's take things a little more carefully this time, and what I recommend doing also in this mission is double stacking your armor. In the single-player campaign modes for Splatoon 2, you can go ahead and grab multiple pieces of armor, and they will stack. This works for the standard single-player campaign in Octo Canyon, and also Octo Expansion here. So, now we have a second set of armor. We don't have to worry about immediately losing armor when this is destroyed, as once it'll be destroyed, the other set will still protect us, so we can be a little more risky here, which is gonna help in my case, because honestly, I'm not really the best in terms of playing with chargers. It's not really my forte style of weapon in Splatoon. I'm not much of a sniper guy to begin with for shooter games, and something like the charger, with it being a very slow-paced weapon, for a fast-paced mission like this, it's just really hard for me to get a lot of those precise shots that you need in order to take down the Octolings. You really need to get your aim as careful as possible to these Octolings, and doing that in such a fast time is really hard to do in my opinion. Tap shots can help here too, but they don't do nearly as much power as a full-powered shot with the Splat Charger, so while tap shots might be able to help, it's not going to really save you. But here, using my splashdown when the other Octoling uses the splashdown, hopefully it should protect the orb enough, and looks like that was the case. We actually beat the mission. Oh, that was rough. Not as bad as the blaster, but pretty comparable. Don't do this with the Splat Charger, it's just too slow for this kind of mission. So, for our next weapon, let's just go in here with the Splat Bomb. So, our next weapon of choice, thankfully, is not something that takes a million years to shoot. It is the Splat-brella. This is a pretty good defensive weapon to use, since you have a little bit of a shield if you just go ahead and hold down the shoot button. So, something like this can really help in a pinch if you're about ready to die. And also, it's a pretty powerful weapon to boot, so as long as we get a pretty good lineup with our shot, that can one-shot these enemies. So we want to keep this in mind and immediately lose our shield. Wow, that did not take long to lose a shield. I need to get me more armor here. Let me just get some more armor. We'll throw the dang bomb. Hopefully, yes. Okay, one of them just walked right into it. Now that enemy is a little weird. The Splatbrella Octoling, she just kind of runs up into these boxes and then just kind of holds her position with the Brella itself. It is a little odd, but it, I guess, can work. Not something you traditionally see a Brella player doing. Take care of you. I already got an enemy over here somewhere. I'm going to go ahead and use the bubbler here so we can go ahead and use it as a little bit of a shield. Didn't really help as much as a shield. I'm probably better shield than the dang bubbles at this point. Hey, look at that. A bubble killed. I'm actually kind of surprised on that one. All right, we got a little bit of an issue. Yep. All right, you're going to, yeah. That was a bad combo. Really? How did we trade? I had the Brella out. What? Excuse me, at the buzzer. I didn't even know that was possible. I literally had frames before the mission would end. Frames. This mission. I don't know what I was supposed to do there. They literally bombarded that thing in 3 seconds and died. There's literally nothing to do. At that point, where's the white flag? You know, I deserved that one because that was one of the worst attempts in the history of Girl Power Station. That was terrible. Oh my god. That almost ended poorly. Oh, that was a waste. Okay, good. Oh my god, what is happening? Oh, that ate it. Oh, that was bad. Oh, that was... Here's the problem with specials in this mission. If you're using a special and you grab a special can to get a new one while a current special is active, it just eats the special. And my special was running out as I grabbed the other can. So that was the worst timing. Oh, that was bad. That was the worst. Okay, how did you do so much damage in so little time? Ow. Jeez, that thing's gonna have more holes in it by the end of this than Swiss cheese. In hindsight, this really shouldn't be this hard. Using this Splatbrella, it's just not really that great with this weapon. I've been playing this mission now for about an hour, and honestly, at this point, nerves are starting to hit me. Pull every excuse in the book. Hey, a lot of these are pretty legitimate. Some may not, but hey, still. Girl Power Station is notoriously hard for a very good reason, and you're really starting to see it with this set video. But now, let's just go ahead and actually clear this mission proper with this said Brella. So, key with this mission is make sure you use the shield maneuver of the Brella itself to your advantage. because you really don't want to have a bombardment of shots on you in just a matter of seconds. Using the umbrella correctly can help you with that. Sometimes you may want to launch it off, but I prefer just keeping the umbrella attached to the weapon itself. So that way we can actually use the undercover portion of the thing as a shield whenever we need it. We don't really need to push this ahead for any kind of attack. Also helps here to have a set of ink armor. That way we can just go ahead and get our ink right back, but just get ourselves some extra armor too. Keep a distance here. Pay attention to the other umbrella because she's going to push ahead. Take care of her. Threw down the ink storm, but as long as we keep on attacking the enemies around us and also hit the orb to give it back some of its health, and we should be okay. Any more ya? I'm here. I'm ready. I'm about ready to shoot you. Come over. Thank you for all leaving me alone. The Splat Umbrella here was not supposed to be one of our harder weapons for this mission, but here we are. If you want a shield to help defend yourself during this mission, this weapon can help, but it's definitely not for me. So for our next weapon pick, let's go ahead and start things off here by picking the Burst Bomb, as our next weapon on the chopping block is the Heavy Splatling. This weapon, it takes a while to charge up, so having something like the Burst Bomb to throw down some ink real fast is a really good idea. So that's what we're going to be picking. I grab myself the ink armor here as a free refill of ink for when we need it. Grab me the one set of armor to start off as always. Now get ready to release that said charge to the Octoling here. Charge up, shoot once again. And let's go ahead and get some of you out here. Take care of the roller. Watch out for the umbrella. Now we got an enemy coming over from the side with the dually. That was a pretty easy shot. I don't think I can reach. Oh, I actually can. Heavy Splatling has a really good reach to it, so never underestimate the power of this weapon. It's pretty dang good. Actually, at this point, I'm going to actually change things up and go get me the Bubbler, as that's going to be a really good thing to use. This Bubble Blower with this weapon is really, really powerful, so it will help to have. So let me go ahead and charge up a shot, take care of you. Now we got an enemy in the area, take care of you before the Stingray comes out. Might as well heal up a little bit with the orb. Release my bubbles. Pop them. This is the time to pop. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is gonna get bad fast if I don't hurry up and take out the enemies. Luckily, this rain is okay. I was just gonna say, this rain isn't as big of a concern as the actual attacks right now coming my way, but we are good. We ran out the timer. Heavy Splatling here is a pretty good weapon for this. You just have to be careful of the charge up time for the weapon, but other than that, it does a lot of damage to these enemies really fast. So now for our next weapon pick, we'll start things off with getting a Curling Bomb here, as this is probably going to be my last good chance of really using Curling Bombs, so I might as well use these. Our next weapon is going to be the Slosher. Pretty powerful weapon. If you can get a direct attack with this, it will be a one-shot, but the biggest problem with the said Slosher is going to just be its aim, as this has a arcing shot to it. So we can aim over walls, but obviously if we don't hit with a direct shot, it's not going to do nearly as much damage. So that's going to be the big thing, is keeping our aim consistent here with this weapon. We can kind of attack over the umbrella a little bit, not by much. It's more or less we can attack over it once the umbrella itself is shot away from the said weapon, so that really helps on that enemy. But now we're pretty much into wave 2 here, so I guess at this point I can actually use a different weapon. Last time we can use curling balls, might as well get the curling bomb rush just to ink up a path right now. Just get everything opened up. Really don't know when I'm going to use that weapon, so might as well use it now. And then might as well grab the baller as well. This is pretty much the special power hour, just because, again, when we're going to use these things, it's not going to really become applicable after a certain point. I'll use that. At this point, going to grab me another special here just to have it on standby. An enemy over this wall. I did see her. There you go. Over here should be another enemy. This is the umbrella person. Take care of you. Go ahead, activate my good old inkjet. Take you down. Need to come over here, take down the bombs, and I think at this point we are all clear. Oh, we only have one more enemy. Hang on, I was mistaken. That's it. We're done. this is a pretty good weapon to use, so if you do want to use something that can go over walls, then the Slosher is a good pick. Really powerful and really effective in Girl Power Station. So our next weapon to pick, we're actually going to go ahead and pair it with the Splat Bomb, as this one is your pretty run-of-the-mill weapon. The most common type of weapon in pretty much any single-player campaign of Splatoon, the Splatter Shot. And honestly, out of all different weapons to use, this is the weapon to use here. So we're going to rock this, and in fact, I feel so confident I'm going to skip the armor. I'm going to regret this later, aren't I? Calling it now. So let's just hope for the best. Alrighty, instant regret the armor skip, instant regret. Just gotta be careful now. We can still survive this. Use the splashdown now, take out these two, because otherwise that'd be really bad. For my bomb, you just walk into it because, yep, right, sure. Activate the Octo brush, there you, and with that, that is wave 1 done. Now we're going to wave 2. Might as well get me the armor this time. That was a mistake to not have it. So this is by far the best weapon in my opinion to use for the said mission, because the standard old Splatter Shot here, it can do a lot. It can ink up turf you pretty fast. It can do a lot of damage to the enemies here. You have a good mobility option with the weapon. It's just overall a really good thing to use in the said mission, simply because of all the different advantages it has as a weapon in general. And then just with how Octo Expansion is designed in general, it's a very fast-paced thing, so a lot of the weapons that they have here in this said mission, they're not fast weapons. They're pretty slow. So you need something that could be fast and responsive, and that is the Splatter Shot. You'll always see speedruns of the Octo Expansion use this specific weapon because of just how fast it shoots and how good it is on ink consumption. If there's any weapon to pick, you pick the Splatter Shot, hands down. One more weapon for us to pick, and at this point we'll just finish things off by using the good old burst bombs here. So our last weapon in the rotation here of all the different types in Girl Power Station is the brand new type here for Splatoon 2, the Splat Dualies, the most advertised weapon that you'll see in pretty much any advertising campaign for Splatoon. So, the Splat Dualies here are essentially just a shorter range splatter shot, so a lot of the same recommendations I had with the said splatter shot weapon for this mission do apply with the Dualies as well. The biggest problem, more or less, is going to be their said range, but in some ways, these are probably better to use than your standard splatter shot in this mission. And that's mainly just because of how you have the dodge roll, so in any circumstance where you feel that you're in danger, you can use this ability to get out of the way and be protected. So, if there's any specific weapon to choose, obviously this mission is all by preference, but it's either the Splatter Shot or the Dualies, in my opinion, that make for the most versatile weapons for this said mode, and mainly just because of how fast they shoot and their good ink consumption. Both are really, really good for this specific mission. And pairing the Splatter Shot here, or the Splat Dualie specifically, with a Burst Bomb helps a lot in this fashion too, because Burst Bombs being the fastest bomb type to come out, and just being good for overall travel is really helpful for a mission like this. A lot of times you're really not going to be using the bombs for damage, and if you do need Splat Bombs for damage, luckily for your sake, there is a Splat Bomb Bomb Rush here. So if you do need that set traversal, well, simply put, just use the special for it, and you'll be good to go. There you go. With that, we are done, so let's get the heck out of here. I'm leaving, baby. We have used all the weapons. Not a single main weapon is left. We even looked at all of the specials, too. So at this point, that's Girl Power Station 100% complete. Wait a minute. Hang on. 100% complete? Are you sure about that? Well, you may be asking, if we did show off all the weapons, what would be left in Girl Power Station? Well, simply put, all the different weapons you could choose in the beginning are just bombs only. And this makes for a very interesting question. Can you beat Girl Power Station without using any main weapon at all, and only using your bombs? The answer is complicated. Yes and no. It depends on your skill level. It's very possible to beat Girl Power Station without a main weapon, but it's highly unrecommended. This is a terrible way to play this mission, simply because now you have to rely on the bombs and the bombs only to attack these enemies, and they're not the easiest to aim with. Not just that, but you really do not have much room to use these said weapons and also be able to get enough ink to throw more. So if you're gonna use bombs for this, I don't recommend splat bombs. If you're gonna go with a bomb only run, instead go with the burst bombs. Hear me out on this. Burst bombs you can use with 2 throws. So normally a burst bomb will not kill in 1 shot, but it will in 2. If you can make both direct connections with a burst bomb, you'll be able to kill enemies pretty fast. But that doesn't mean this is easy. No, not even close. This is a very, very challenging thing to do and is not recommended by any means necessary here. This is a thing only very recommended to people who want a good challenge run for this said mission. Given this is considered one of the hardest missions in the game to begin with here for the said DLC, then yeah, maybe don't do this, because while it's possible, it's not fun. I'm not going to be doing a bomb-only run-through here of this said mission. I do want to do a little bit here to show this off, just simply because of the idea alone is very interesting. There's a lot you would need to do for a bomb-only playthrough. Now, a lot of it's going to come down to you using your specials effectively here in the said map. So you want to be able to use things like your splashdowns, your bomb rushes, your ink jets here. You want to use all these very, very effectively. And honestly, that's the challenge on its own. It's just being able to not only survive for the whole time limit, but also to be able to do this without making any major mistakes, because as we can see, there's a lot, and I mean a lot, that can go wrong in this said mission. Who the heck is this? I thought we were playing a girl in Girl Power Station. Where the Octo Boy came from? Well, the Girl Power Station's done. Back to Boy Power, I guess, because now, since, you know, it was fitting for the Octo Girl to play the Girl Power Station, now the rest of the J-Line we can finish back up as our good old boy design we started things off with. So, now we're done with Girl Power Station, thankfully. We can go ahead and check out its mem cake here. It's the scallop hoodie. On colder days, I like these clothes. With older threads, I stay in bed. It's too frigid to be exposed. That's a mood when it's cold outside. Whenever it's cold, just find your favorite hoodie and just bundle up. That is definitely a mood. I like the design of the hoodie. Very nice. Although the silver with the hoodie design is really hard to make out its finer detail with the mem cake. Due to the lighting, it kind of hides some of its detail. You can see a little bit better on edges, like say this, for example. But dead on like this, kind of losing a little bit of its detail. I can see its ridges ever so slightly, but that's the problem with the mem cake design specifically. It's very shiny. So gray doesn't really do it any favors. It's a nice design, but unfortunately the mem cake itself isn't really showing this hoodie its full-on justice it deserves. But needless to say, Girl Power Station's the only real level we're going to be making our way through for this video, because that was one of the longest ones yet. Really, the most jam-packed one too, due to it having so many different weapons to choose from. That having a total of 9 main weapons and 3 different bomb types to use makes it a very versatile mission, and a very customizable one too. So going in there whatever you choose, I do like. It's a very overwhelming mission, that's for sure. Doubly so for a completionist like myself who wanted to try every weapon. It's also what I did in the first playthrough. And yeah, needless to say, I was in Girl Power Station for over an hour between the many different attempts and also trying every weapon. Don't need to do that, but we did anyway. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and end things here. Next time, Let's Play Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion. We'll continue making our way down here in the J line. I'll see you guys next time.